All right, peace and blessings, all praises to the Most High. I have to address an issue here again in Wayne County regarding the Wayne County Public School Board and their decisions to spend money in places where it could be better spent in other places. Now, if you've been familiar with this channel, I covered a lot of issues with the Wayne County School Board here in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Some questionable decisions involving contracts and focuses it on one school system or one demographic of schools over another. This particular situation was brought to my attention today. It was made known to me that the Wayne County School Board, in its most recent meeting, has voted to spend and allocate $600,000 for a concession stand at Charles B. Aycock High School. Now, if you're not familiar with Wayne County Public Schools, Charles B. Aycock High School is in Pikeville, which is a suburb of Wayne County. Now, the county seat is Goldsboro. Goldsboro High School and the Goldsboro City Schools, as they used to call them, has been experiencing a lot of blight and disrepair. It was made known to me early in the school year that the students at North Drive Elementary, a school for elementary students, were without heat in some classes. Now, it was also said to me that a teacher was at that meeting and said that her class didn't have heat in Carver High School. Now, I don't know if these allegations are true. Well, I do know about North Drive, but the inner city schools or the urban schools, the ones that are most populated by black students, they are experiencing the most problems, whether it's with the lunch, the repairs, the conditions of the books, the bus running schedule, just so many things that we have seen over the past years, that the city schools, the schools in District 3, the district that, I was a candidate for school board, has been experiencing a lot of inequities in regards to other schools. Now, Charles B. Aycock is named after the former governor and self-proclaimed white supremacist, might I add, Charles Brantley Aycock, who was one of the leading instigators in the Wilmington race riot. Now, traditionally, as I'm looking at these pictures on the website, this school seems to be populated mostly by white students. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this school, is not populated well throughout history. And look at this picture right here, has about 3 black students and a picture of about 20 people. So that kind of gives you the demographics. But the fact that they are going to spend $600,000 on a concession stand in this school, which actually probably has one of the highest scores and test rates there is, when other schools in the district are suffering in the form of curriculum, books, food, AC, just the general overall operations of the regular school, not to mention, any extracurricular system such as a concession stand. And it was told to me that all but one member of the Goldsboro City Council or the Goldsboro Wayne County Public School Board voted to approve this measure. And that one member who dissented was Mr. Lynn Henderson, from my understanding. Now, Mr. Lynn Henderson, he's not in District 3, but I think he sided what I'm telling you today, there are so many ways that that money could be used in a better fashion. And I'm probably going to show some of these pictures as I'm talking, so you can kind of see the demographics. But everyone but him thought it would be okay to spend more than $500,000 on a concession stand, while other schools are suffering and in much need of dire necessities. The concession stand is something that you use for extracurricular after school activities, i.e. sports, basketball games. That is not an essential need for the education of the students. And so while the inner city schools are in disrepair and suffering, they're going to add an amenity onto this school who is done well. I guess the scripture is right, to whom, those who have more will be given more, and those who have less, even that they have will be taken away from them. And there's a new member of the school board, Miss Bridget Cowan. Shout out to her. She was running with me for that seat, and it was told to me that she voted for that money to be spent in such a manner. And an individual, I think they spoke to her, and she's allegedly, I'm just paraphrasing, like she wasn't too versed on even the item being voted upon. I think that the person said that she had just heard about it that day. Nevertheless, all of the individuals who voted for that need to be called into question. Now, the individual who went to the meetings, as I always, don't always go no more, but every time I went to the meeting, there is no one from the public there to voice their opinion. And so I think all of those men and women who voted for that need to be called out for the irresponsible spending of, funds that are supposed to be used to educate everyone. And another thing that is questionable about this decision is who is going to get the contracts to perform the work. Now, we all know the repairs that was done to the former Goldsboro High School that has now become the administrative building for the Wayne County Public School Boards. Those repairs were done by Daniels and Daniels Construction Company. Now, I would venture to say they are going to get this contract as well. But we have seen things in the past where family members of board members have received contracts to perform work that the school board has voted upon. And so it's no doubt in my mind that, some of the cronies of the school board members and administration are going to get this contract. And so when we look at the state and the nature of the educational system and the failure of students to succeed in and out of high school, then we must take a look at these backdoor decisions that are often made without the public knowledge. Now, I know the school board meetings are not sexy. It's not very entertaining or inviting to know what they are doing behind the scenes and to know what they are spending the money on. But we must be informed if we want to see a change in certain aspects or certain demographics of the school system. We all know about last year where they put the alternative school and the special needs school at another county high school, and we have seen the confusion that has resulted from that with it was one day, and I think I did a video on that, all-out brawl in the cafeteria between students who were in the alternative school, which is which is for students who have exhibited bad behavior and had to be placed in a separate school, and students from the main high school. No doubt that these students have connections, and they may have been students that have gotten in trouble or had some issues with students at that school. So they're going to put them on the same campus. And once again, people have sent me videos of, some situations, some very violent situations that occurred as a result. But I just had to address this because, people, just kind of don't really think before, they make decisions like this. Once again, that $600,000 could be well spent in a more effective manner in regards to the education of all students. And as I pointed out on several occasions, it's the county schools. It's those, those ones in the suburbs, which get the most attention. And, the squeaky wheel, those schools that, are failing in test scores and, can't hardly retain teachers and, suffering a myriad of issues, they just are left to deteriorate even further. I guess you say, why invest in them, when they're already failing? But, that is what we deal with. That is what, people, kind of don't realize how these decisions affect the schools and the students. But that's why it's most importantly that, we teach our students outside of the classroom as well, because we have certain people, certain powers, certain entities that really don't care about a certain demographic of students, and they use sometimes people who look like me and you to bring forth those plans and even defend those plans in the face of contention, in the face of adversity, in the face of people calling this out for what it is. We can call it institutional racism. We can call it educational racism. We can call it, academic discrimination. You can put any name on it that you want to name it, but, it's plain to see when, the individual said that they're going to spend $600,000 on a concession stand for a school in the suburbs when the inner city schools are, just in a bad state. But y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a blessed day.
From local stories to Wayne County news, get ready to dive into everything happening in North Carolina with Taylor House Publishing. Got a story to share? Shoot us an email at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. If you're looking to publish your book or need some top-notch mentorship, we've got your back. Join the excitement with the one and only Richard Taylor, right here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, Taylor House brings the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Local stories that keep you in your feet.
Taylor House, we got the school.
Taylor House Publishing.